There you go.
Hi Sergio, I'm Dan. This is Chris. We're your
Howdy.
inspectors for today. I'm going to go over the report here. You'll get your report sometime this evening. It'll be a PDF that's going to be emailed to you through a link. The report details everything that Chris and I looked at. We do a summary of the report right up front called the executive summary, and we break our findings down in different categories and they're color coded. First things we're going to go over is everything highlighted in orange. These are defects. These are things that do not meet FHA minimum standards for the state of Virginia. Next thing are alerts. These are highlighted in yellow. These are things that are not quite defects or stuff we just want to bring to your attention. Blue is maintenance items. These are common things we suggest you do throughout the upkeep of the home, like minor drywall imperfections and caulking and sealing in certain areas. We do not cite building code and home inspection, so anything highlighted in green are going to be upgrades that are things that are potentially now code, but were not when the house was built. So these are kind of suggestive ideas to kind of get you up to current standards. And then anything highlighted in purple is informational items like age of systems, shut-off valves, and location. So in Virginia, first thing we're going to go over is some fungal growth that we found in the crawl space. We find this in just about 99% of all homes that we inspect in the state of Virginia. We recommend this be further evaluated by a mold specialist and treated. A lot of times pest control companies are really good at doing treatments. Next thing, we have a receptacle at the rear that is not working. More than likely it's a GFCI protected receptacle and the GFCI reset has failed and the receptacle needs to be replaced.
It's probably in here.
Oh, great. We're going to check on that. We have a little bit of what we call negative grading around one of your deck posts. It looks like a dog or an animal may have dug around this post. Recommend this get backfilled with a suitable material and then seeded.
Yeah, reset was tripped by the front door.
Okay, disregard that comment about the receptacle on the outside working.
So just to be clear, it is working.
It is working.
Okay.
The GFCI in the garage was tripped.
Got it.
You got a couple areas where we're missing some J-channel trim around some deck penetrations. This will help protect any water entry getting in this way from rain and around here. So anytime you have a cutout in vinyl siding, you should trim it out with J-channel. Got a portion of the garage door trim that is loose. Recommend you re-secure that. Your crawl space access door is plywood and it is warped a little bit. Typically this should be exterior grade plywood or PVC board. So I recommend that be updated. You have a plastic sheet in the crawl space called a vapor barrier, and what that's there for is to trap the ground moisture evaporating and keep it under the vapor barrier. You've got sections of the soil where the vapor barrier has been pulled back. We just recommend that be pushed back and cover all of the soil and stone underneath the house. Got some loose cabling in the crawl space. Recommend that be strapped up and supported.
Strapped up to the beam, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The main waste line is right here. There's a bit of a belly in it, meaning it's a low spot. It needs to be re-supported up so gravity can make the water flow the way it's supposed to instead of trying to travel uphill.
It looks like somebody just knocked it out of place. It's nothing serious.
Yeah. Okay, in the garage, you have a receptacle that is loose in the wall. Recommend that be secured properly. The laundry area door does not latch. More than likely, it's just an adjustment to this little metal piece called a strike plate. It needs to go up or down so the door latch engages. Underneath your sink in the kitchen, your dishwasher drain hose is lacking what we call a high loop. Right now, the current configuration, if your disposal backs up, you can leak dirty water back into the drain line of your dishwasher, which could cycle back through the dishwasher. So easy fix for this is just to strap it up to where you make a upside down U or a trap. Okay, the family room, which is the front room of the house, we have what's called a failed thermal window. And what has happened is the seal between the two panes of glass has failed. and it's allowed oxygen to get in between the panes of glass, and oxygen carries moisture. If you look at the window, you'll see it's kind of hazy. There are some companies locally that can fix these rather than replace them. In the primary bathroom, the shower spout itself is loose on the wall. This will require some drywall removal in the primary closet, which is just behind the shower, to tighten this up. When this is done, I would recommend installing a plastic wet wall panel. In case this happens again, you'll have easier access to fix this rather than having to open up drywall and patch every single time. Second floor, front middle bedroom, we have another failed thermal window. Again, same situation that we have in the family room. In your crawl space, some of your fiberglass insulation bats have fallen. Recommend these be put back up. And that is it on defects. So we've got a couple of alerts to go through. It looks like there was a fence that had been installed here at one point, and the fence has been removed. So we've got some open holes in the yard. We recommend those get backfilled so you don't step in them and break or twist an ankle. That's the only alert. Maintenance items. You've got a little bit of minor checking and cracking in some of the deck wood, which is pretty common. As wood dries out, it tends to split and crack. Another thing, we've got some vegetation that's pretty close to the building. We recommend that be trimmed back about 12 inches or so away from the building. Caulking and sealing. Got some areas in the exterior where you need some trim caulk just to seal up. Every 5 to 7 years or so, this is going to need to take place. We've got a little roadmap of where these need to happen. Interior of the home. The interior of the home is in pretty good shape. Got some typical drywall cracking and drywall seam tape that has become loose, and any good painter can fix these for you. I've got a little roadmap of where all this is happening. Lots of it. So the only upgrade that we have for the home is a deck screw rather than nails. Nails tend to back off and deck boards become loose. Screws are better at holding these down. So as an upgrade, I recommend you replace the deck nails with deck screws. We've got a lot of pictures of your roof. It's in good shape. Did not see any evidence of moisture entry in the attic area. Your HVAC system is 6 years old. It's a 3.5 ton system, which is more than adequate for this home. The air handler is in the attic. You have a damper system on your HVAC system because you only have one unit. So you have a seasonal damper, which is going to restrict or open up airflow between the floors, either first or second floor, to regulate the temperature. This is an automatic system, so no need to mess with it. You just adjust your thermostats. You have 2 thermostats, one in the entry hallway and the second one is in the primary bedroom. Your main water shutoff for the house is located in the garage. You have a bar right here for the outside hose bib, and the main water shutoff is right here. Your electrical shutoff is right at the panel. You have a 200 amp service. Your water heater is located in the second floor laundry room. Cold water inlet valve is right here. If you have to have any work done, you can just shut the water flow off to the water heater instead of shutting off the entire house. And your water heater is also 6 years old. Let's see. Your bathrooms are all controlled by one GFCI reset, and that's located in the primary bathroom. We ran a thermal scan. We did not see any evidence of moisture entry or any anomalies in the exterior wall insulation. Minor thermal bridging was noted, but in this style of construction, that's to be expected. And that is it for the short and sweet version of our report. Just beyond that is the full report. You'll get the same stuff we just went over in the summary and the main body of the report, so it does make your report a few pages longer. And in Richmond, we are the only market in the country where inspectors are required to provide cost estimates for defective items. We try and aim our costs higher than what we think a contractor is going to charge you. We have an itemized list of the last couple pages of the report. And right now we're sitting at about $4,150 to $5,850 in defects and damages. This number may fluctuate a little bit when I get home to review the report, but that's going to be about the general cost of everything. If you have any questions or concerns, my contact information is on the report. Do not hesitate to reach out. Thanks.
Thank you, Dan and Chris.